Good morning, my dear students. As in the previous video of this chapter shares, we have discussed the meaning of company, definition of company, and we have discussed the features of the company. Today, we will discuss the difference between private company and public company. Difference between private company and public company. So, first of all, what private company is, what public company is. Private company is that company which is being created by a private group of people, and public company is that company who can issue their share. Private company cannot issue their share. Private company is you can say a small size company, and public company are large size company. So let's come to the differences. First of all, number of members. In private company, minimum number of member is 2 and maximum is 200. And the public company, minimum number is 7 and maximum, there is no maximum limit. But I can clear it out. The maximum limit means number of shares. Means if a company is issuing 1 lakh shares, so the maximum number of that company will be in a public company will be 1 lakh. Okay, so this is mean by the maximum limit. Okay, now invitation to the public. As I have already discussed that private company cannot issue its shares to normal public. It cannot invite the public to subscribe to its shares, but a public company, it can invite the public to subscribe to its shares. Means public company can issue their shares in market. Transfer of shares. In private company, as I have already discussed that they cannot issue their shares, so there is restrictions on the transfer of its share. Means a partner cannot, a member of company cannot easily transfer their shares because there are few restrictions. But in public company, there is no restrictions on the transfer of its shares. If you want to sell it out, if you want to transfer your shares, you can easily transfer. Then preparation of articles. Preparation of articles is mandatory for all private companies. Means in all private companies, you have to create articles. Article of association, etc. But in public company, preparation of article is not mandatory. In case of articles are not registered, the provision of table F, schedule 1 given to company act shall apply. You have to search it out. So what are the provisions in table F of schedule 1 of company act 2013? Just google it out and you will see a lot. It is not in your course, but you have to know this for your normal knowledge. Okay. Then number of directors. It must have at least 2 directors. In private companies, there must be minimum 2 directors. But in public company, it must have at least 3 directors. Okay? Use the word limited. In public company, it is compulsory to use private limited in the end of the company. Means whatever company is using PVT Ltd at the end of its name, like Kunkunji Private Limited, okay, and any name you can say that if the PVT Ltd Private Limited is mentioned in the end of it, you can say that it is a private company. But in public company, only limited word will be there. Reliance Industries Limited, okay, Tata Group of Sons Limited. So this is the basic difference between public company and private company. Let's move further. Now we will discuss the types of shares. Okay, before discussing the types of share, we will discuss the reserve capital and capital reserve. Okay. That types of shares will be discussed in the next video. Difference between reserve capital and capital reserve. As we have already discussed when I was teaching you the types of capital, this word has arisen, reserve capital, and I have given the explanation of it. Now, just starting it, meaning and creation. So, reserve capital refers to the portion of increased nominal capital or called uncalled share capital, which shall not be called up except the end of winding up. Means reserve capital is that part of share capital which will not be issued by the company till its winding up date. And capital reserve is the reserve which is created out of capital profit, such as profit on sale of fixed asset. Means if company has gathered any type of capital profit, it will be transferred to capital reserve, like forfeiture share, etc. Premium on issue of shares. So these will be transferred to the capital reserve. Okay. Necessity. It is not necessary to create. It is necessary to create capital reserve in case of capital profit. If you have received any type of capital profit as a company, you have to maintain capital reserve. Resolution. A resolution is required for its creation. If you are going to create a reserve capital, you have to issue a resolution there. But in the case of capital reserve, there need no resolution. Realized or not realized, it refers to the amount which has not been received, and it refers to the amount which has already been received. If we have received any profit, after only we can transfer it to the capital reserve. Now disclosure in balance sheet. It is not shown in the company's balance sheet. Means reserve capital will not be shown in the balance sheet of a company because it is not yet received. But capital reserve, it is shown as the first item under the head reserve and surplus. In reserve and surplus, you will show it as capital reserve. Now, time when it can be used. It can be used at the time of winding up, and it can be used to write off company's capital losses. Okay, capital losses or share bonus during the life of the company. So this is it for this video. In the next video, we will discuss this chapter further, and after that, we will move to the practical problem. Now, you are requested to keep learning, keep studying, and if you find any type of doubts and any query, you can ask. We will be there, our school will be there to help you out in all your needs. Till then, bye-bye students.